Yes, to Kevin. You were recently quoted as saying that you don't object to the NDP's multiple business tax hikes and minimum wage increase during COVID in terms of what the NDP were talking about in terms of their policies. Not once, but twice. The only thing that you really said about it is that it's not that those are bad ideas, it's just that their timing is rather remarkable. If timing is your only objection to these NDP policies, can you tell us when you plan to hike taxes on BC and British Columbians and British Columbian businesses?
Ken Falcon, you have a minute to respond.
Well, thank you, Ellis, and I think that's why it's great to have a track record, because I've got a track record of being part of a government that actually introduced the largest personal income tax cut in the history of the province of British Columbia, 25% across the board. I was part of a government that took our business taxes from some of the highest in Canada to some of the lowest. What I've said about the NDP decisions is not that they're all bad ideas, it's just their timing is absolutely remarkable. That they would think that it's the right time to introduce those kind of policies, those kind of increases on a small business community that is struggling to just stay alive during a pandemic. It's unbelievable, but it's not surprising because none of them in the NDP come from a background of business. None of them understand what the heck they're doing, frankly, and I think we see the evidence of that every single day.
Ellis Ross, you have a minute to respond.
Well, these are bad ideas. And to raise taxes and make life unaffordable, not only for the business community, but the costs that get transferred to regular citizens who are actually trying to address affordability right now, that's wrong. That's NDP policy. But in terms of what was said, you listed the taxes that the NDP created or raised over the last 5 years, and we know the NDP are proposing to create and raise more taxes in the next 3 years until 2024. And your own response is that those are not bad ideas, it's just that their timing is rather remarkable. There is no good timing to raise taxes, especially when we can see unaffordability getting worse in BC. So my question, Kevin, how do you plan to beat the NDP in 2024 when you want to make our party look and sound exactly like the NDP?
Well, I think anyone that knows me isn't going to be too concerned about that, Ellis, to be quite candid with you. Look, I don't know quite where you're getting this idea that I called for raising taxes. Well, obviously, I haven't. What I did say was that 5 paid sick days, especially in the middle of a pandemic, actually makes some sense. Let's be honest about this. We don't want sick workers coming into the workforce and infecting other people. That's why 5 paid sick days doesn't, is not the worst idea in the world. But introducing it onto business right now at a time when they're struggling to just survive doesn't make sense. If the government thinks it's a great idea, they ought to pay for it.